Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Buxton 6 channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I really have no idea what cards we're going to look at. I did an episode like this fairly early on in my channel's existence, and I thought it was kind of fun. What I have is boxes that are labeled for Penny Lane, Top Loader Land, and one Touchdown. And I have just a random mixture of all sports and years throughout all of these levels of my collection. The way I have it curated and organized is random, and that is done on purpose because I enjoy that randomness to my collection when I'm looking through the cards. I enjoy having the opportunity to rediscover things that I didn't know was coming. So that's the way I have my cards organized. And so I think it's kind of fun to take a look and see what I have in each one of these levels. Now, if you've seen my previous episode, you know that my Penny Lane cards are cards that I enjoy looking at, and they're fun to have, and I've deemed them worthy of being placed in a special place in my collection, but they're not real high value. They're not real high on my priority list. They're just cool cards. The next level up is Top Loader Land, and these are cards that I deem to be just a little bit better than those Penny Lane cards. And then I have One Touchdown here down at the bottom, which are cards that are the third level up in my organization system. I also have Slab City, and I'm not going to go into my slabs today just because I've been showing a lot of my Slab City cards recently, and I'm going to just leave those off to the side for today because this is just about the depth of the collection and just seeing what cool things I can find that are hidden gems, so to speak. So I haven't made a video in over a week, and I've just been busy this time of year. Everybody gets busy, and I'm no different. I've got a lot of things going on, and I enjoy doing a lot of other things this time of year. I go and support my local high school basketball teams, and that's what I tend to do with my evenings is I do other things. But when I have an evening like tonight, I enjoy making videos. Tonight we are under a winter weather advisory, and it's snowing currently outside. Pretty light right now, but it's supposed to get pretty heavy over the overnight hours. Not sure what we're gonna find out there in the morning, but I do know that I'll be dealing with the snow when I wake up. Anyway, without any further ado, I've been rambling on for 3 minutes here almost, haven't even looked at any cards. So I'm just going to start by taking down my Penny Lane box. I'll maybe readjust the angle on this a little bit. I don't know if I'll be able to get this. I'm going to just open up the box. I'm just going to grab 2 or 3 cards and look at them and see what we find, and maybe give a little talk about what I see. All right, so the first one I pull, let's see what I've got here, is an Elias Lindholm card. This is from when he was on the Flames, and this is one of those precious, not the precious metal gems. This is a Metal Universe card, but it's a blue refractor. And these cards, I always just loved the way they looked. I don't have a real affinity for Elias Lindholm, other than that he did have a short stint with my Canucks for a while. We made a trade for him a couple years ago, and he scored a couple of big goals for us. But these cards, I just love the shine on these cards. They're not expensive, but they're sure pretty to look at. So that's a perfect example of a Penny Lane card. Worthy of being in a penny sleeve, but probably not worthy of the Top Loader Land. So the next card, let's randomly pull out, see what I find here. This is a older card. This is a Sportsflix card. I want to say this is 1986, maybe 87. I think it's 86, and that's a Wade Boggs. Back when I was a kid, these were all the rage. When these first came out, I could not get enough of these Sportsflix cards, just because of the technology involved with the hologram. You can see the face and then the batting stance, and a lot of these cards had multiple players on them. You can see, yeah, this is a 1986 card. This is a pretty early on in Wade Boggs' career. 83 was his rookie card, but yeah, these are fun cards. I love these cards, and I definitely believe that's worthy of being in a sleeve. I'll take one more out of Penny Lane and see what we get. And this one is EX2000. These cards are super sharp. I was first introduced to these by Card Wolf. CW had bought a lot of these, probably about 40 or so all at once, and showed them on his channel. That's probably has to be about 4 years ago now, 3 years ago for sure, maybe 4, when he showed these, and I just was enamored with those. And as soon as I saw that episode, I went out onto eBay and I found myself a lot of my own to buy. And I just had a whole bunch of these cards, and this one happens to be the Matt Williams card. And these are acetate cards. You can see right through them. You can see my fingers in the back. I just love the way these cards shine. I have several of these. Some of these I've even sent in to get graded. I've got a Griffey that I've graded. I've got, I think, a Randy Johnson that I have graded. But yeah, Matt Williams, really good player back in the day. This beautiful card. So there we have. That's the Penny Lane contingent for the night. So we'll set the Penny Lane box off to the side here, and we'll move on up to Top Loader land. And I don't know, this Top Loader box is pretty heavy, but I'll see if I can get it down here into position where I can grab randomly. I don't really know. I've got several Top Loader land boxes too. I don't really have them organized, like I said, so I really have no idea what's in these. But I'll just grab one here and see what I find. And here we have a nice card. I mean, this is well loved. This is a 1962 Sporting News Al Kaline. And I suspect the reason why this one isn't up a notch into Top Loader land or into One Touchdown is just because of the condition. This was one of those cards that was given to me by my Aunt Gail. If you've watched my channel, you probably have heard me talk about that when I was, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 years old. She gifted me her childhood card collection of baseball cards, and they were mostly 1960, 61, and 62. Primarily 61, but there were some 62s in there too. And this was one of those that she gifted me, and apparently she must have liked Al Kaline a little bit and had this one taped up on the wall, because this was, we got some paper loss up there for being taped on the wall, and I'm not begrudging any of that. I think those I call them love marks, because this card was well loved back in the day, back in 1962. This is the back of the cards. Just other than that, having that tape mark, the card's still in pretty good shape. Al Kaline, great player back in the 60s. Well, that's a pretty good example of a Top Loader land card. Let's that was from the back row. I'll take one here from the front row. We'll see what we get. Grab two by accident. All right. Well, this is the Stadium Club Honus Wagner. I don't think there's anything special about this. I think this one's just a base card. But this is one of those guys where I know, just because of a financial standpoint, I will never be owning a Honus Wagner card from his playing era. So I'm very happy to grab cards like this that show images of the man. And these Stadium Club cards really are known for their beautiful photography. This is a great photograph of him standing there on the side by the bleachers. You can see the fans in the background. Just a beautiful card, I think. And I'm always happy to add cards like this, post-playing era cards for collectors like me on a budget. I'm happy to scarf those things up. And I am planning on doing an episode here coming up fairly soon with some more post-playing era cards of some of my favorite guys. So look forward to that. We'll take a third one here, this one out of the back row. And this is another vintage card. This is a Stu Miller again, this is one of those cards that was given to me by my Aunt Gail. This was a 1960 Stu Miller. So this is kind of hit the range of years that my aunt's collection was. It was these 60 cards all the way through the 62 cards. This one's got a little bit of a crease right there. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera. So this one's not in tip-top shape, but Still pretty good centering on this for a 1960 card. This is the back. Stu Miller. Pretty good player back in the day. We'll do one more. I'll take another one from the front row, see what I pull out of here. And this is a fun card. I'm not sure if this one is worthy of being in a top loader. This one might be more of a Penny Lane kind of card. And that's another thing I should be saying, is that as I go through these, when I do these episodes, I do like to evaluate each card and make note of whether I deem it to be moved up or down on the ranks. This one I think could be moved down, but I'm going to keep it where it is in the top loader. This doesn't have any value at all. Brett Phillips is a very little known guy, but I was a fan of him because when he came up, he was in the Brewers organization, and he was just a phenomenal outfielder. At the time, I was really looking forward to watching him play outfield for the Brewers, and because he just would make sensational play after sensational play. And so I kind of grew attached to him, kind of liked him, but we traded him and moved on, and it was all for the best. We were making a pennant push, so we had to trade some prospects. And anyways, Brent Phillips played for a number of teams, but this card I thought was just cool. I love these images with the action photos, and this was clearly Brett Phillips sliding into home plate, about to score on the California Angels or the Los Angeles Angels. So cool picture, cool card. So we're going to keep that in top loader land. All of these cards I definitely think are staying where they are. The one that I might think about moving up into top loader land would be the Al Kaline. But I like to keep little nuggets like this in top loader land too, so I get a little treat when I'm digging through my top loaders that I didn't expect. So anyways, that's top loader land. And so we'll take this box and move it off to the side. And then we'll get into One Touch Town. And One Touch Town is that third level up. This is one level below Slab City. And there's my One Touches. I've got them all in protective sleeves because I still have not found a One Touch other than the Mag Pros, which are now part of my Slab City organization. I haven't found One Touches that don't get scratched. Most every One Touch that brand that I've looked at, the cases tend to get scratched if they're stacked on one another or if they're in boxes like this. So I've gotten the habit now of putting all of these cards always in sleeves so that they're not getting scratched. So I'll just pull one out here. And this one, this one is a card given to me by Brent Richards. He sent a few cards out to me, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, and he sent me this one. This is his Nolan Nose Bow. So if you're not familiar with this, I can get it close up. This is Nolan Ryan holding that very famous Bo Jackson card where he's actually wearing his Auburn college football jersey. And Brent Richards, he loves everything about Nolan Ryan. And so he sent this my way. I really loved it. So I stuck it in One Touch Town and it still resides there today. So that's a nice card. I'm leaving that one for sure. I'm not bumping that one down. Let's go in the back row and we'll see what I pull out of here. Oh, and this is a nice one. It's another really cool action shot. This is Carlton Fisk, 1974 Topps. This is part of my collection that I have celebrating catcher images that are just cool. I did an episode on that, and Carlton Fisk has definitely several cards that are fitting for that collection. He's just, I would say almost every one of his cards has images of him in action that are really impressive. And this 1974 Topps card, really like that. This cool picture there. I'll show the back. That pretty standard 1974 Topps card. But yeah, definitely worthy of One Touch in my estimation. Let's go in the front row here. We'll pull back here and we'll see what this card is. Oh, and I showed this one not too long ago on my episode earlier, maybe a couple weeks ago. I had this card. This is a Stadium Club Robin Yount. I don't know off the top of my head what year it is. I can look and see. I can't really read the year, but it doesn't matter what year it was. But I showed this one because this was given to me by Card Wolf. I had another version of this card, which was the Chrome Refractor, and then he sent me this one. That was the base card, and so I did this. I matched that up, those two cards up, the Refractor with the base card, and showed them together in an episode where I was kind of showcasing card pairings. But this is a fantastic photo. Again, another, you can see my style of collecting. Almost all these pictures, all these cards have cool images, action shots. This is Robin Yount levitating over a sliding base runner, throwing that ball to first back in his earlier days in his career when he played shortstop. So I guess I did 4 top loaders. I'll do 4 one touches. So I've done 3 of the one touches. These are the 3 I've gotten so far. We'll do one more. I'll pull one off from the back row. Don't know what I'll find here. Oh, here we go. This is a nice one. This is a Drew Holiday autograph card. I don't have a ton of basketball cards in my collection, but I do like to collect basketball cards. And Drew clearly was, when this card was printed, and I don't know what year, this is 2020, 21 is the year for this, and he won the championship with the Bucks that year, so in 21. And this is just a beautiful mosaic card with the autograph. He moved on, obviously, went on to the Celtics and won a championship with them, and then he's moved on again, and wish him always well. He was always one of my favorite players. He's just a stand-up guy, a real quality human being, as well as an amazing basketball player. I don't think he ever gets the credit that's due to him, just because he's always been surrounded by superstar players. And I don't think people realize how good he was and what he did to make them better. So Drew Holiday, great player. And I really miss having him on the Bucks. Anyway, then the beautiful card too, by the way. Just look at the shine on that card. It's a real pretty card. You can see why I have that in one touchdown. And this, if I was going to move this one anywhere, this would move up to Slab City for sure. But at this point, I think I'm going to leave it where it is. Maybe someday we'll reevaluate it and upgrade it. But for now, leaving it in Slab City. So really nice group of cards today. Hope you enjoyed what I showed you today. I've rambled on now, heck, for almost 18 minutes. Didn't really expect this one to go that long, but it did. That's just what happens. So anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoy this episode. Until next time, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.